The Galactic Empire had been a symbol of power for centuries. Their fleets roamed the stars with ease, crushing civilizations that dared defy them. They prided themselves on their advanced technology, unparalleled strategies, and invincible military. To them, the human race was a mere curiosity, an up-and-coming species that lacked the strength or sophistication to challenge their dominance. The Empire had encountered humans long ago, but they never thought much of them. Earth was a young, developing planet, primitive compared to the empires of the galaxy. Human weapons were little more than toys, their technology crude and inefficient. It was only a matter of time before humanity was absorbed into the Empire's vast fold, a mere blip on their radar. But the Empire didn't account for one thing: humanity's spirit. When the Empire arrived in the Sol system to claim Earth, they sent their finest generals and soldiers, certain that victory would be swift. They had already conquered countless worlds, and Earth seemed like no different. The first wave of the invasion came in the form of an enormous dreadnought ship that hovered over Earth, blocking out the sun. Its weapons could obliterate entire cities with a single strike. The humans had no military of note, only a small, disorganized resistance trying to fight back with outdated technology. They were outmatched and outgunned, and the Empire's generals laughed. They watched as humans scrambled in panic, attempting to organize something that had no hope of ever winning. "We'll crush them in days," one of the Empire's commanders said with a grin. But then, something unexpected happened. The first resistance attack came not from human soldiers, but from dogs. At first, it seemed like nothing more than a strange coincidence. A pack of stray dogs, hungry and wild, came charging through a small human settlement. The Empire forces laughed at the sight. "This is their great military response?" the commander mocked. "A few mutts." But then they noticed something disturbing. The dogs weren't attacking at random. They were organized, almost as if they had a plan. They targeted specific areas where the Empire's drones were weakest, using their keen senses to avoid detection. The dogs were fast, agile, and relentless, striking and retreating before the Empire forces could react. The Empire's soldiers tried to push them back, but the dogs were always one step ahead. They darted between their legs, biting at exposed wires and mechanical joints. The Empire's high-tech military was ill-prepared for such an unconventional form of warfare. At first, the Empire commanders believed it was just a fluke, but as the attacks continued, they realized they were facing something far more dangerous than they had anticipated. The dogs weren't just animals. They were incredibly intelligent, and they seemed to be working in harmony with the humans. These creatures had been bred, trained, and evolved to fight alongside humanity. They were not just pets. They were warriors. The Empire had underestimated the bond between humans and their dogs. The soldiers of the Empire had advanced technology, but the humans had something far more valuable, a connection to their animals that no empire could understand. As the days went on, the human resistance grew stronger. Dogs from all over the planet joined the fight. They worked in packs, coordinating with human forces to sabotage the Empire's weapons and cripple their advanced machinery. The dogs had a remarkable ability to sense danger, alerting human soldiers to attacks before they could happen. They could sniff out hidden explosives, detect the slightest vibrations, and sense the presence of enemy forces long before any machine could. The Empire's soldiers tried everything to stop them: laser nets, shock collars, and even specialized drones designed to neutralize the dogs. But the dogs adapted. They chewed through the nets, evaded the drones, and outwitted every attempt to capture or kill them. And then came the breakthrough. A small group of humans, aided by their canine companions, infiltrated the Empire's flagship, the Oblivion. They managed to disable its weapon systems and send a signal back to the human fleet. With the help of their dogs, they took control of the flagship, and for the first time in centuries, the Empire's greatest warship was in the hands of its enemies. The Galactic Empire, the most powerful force in the galaxy, was losing to dogs. In a panic, the Empire commanders convened to discuss how to regain control. They called for reinforcements from the other corners of the galaxy, but it was too late. The human resistance, united with their dogs, had already begun to push back every invasion force sent to Earth. The humans weren't fighting with their weapons or their technology. They were fighting with something far older, a bond that the Empire couldn't understand. One by one, the Empire's fleets fell, and as each fleet retreated, they left behind something even more disheartening: the remnants of their once proud soldiers, fleeing in terror from the relentless pack of dogs that chased them down, biting at their heels. The Empire had underestimated humanity. They had laughed at their military, thinking it was nothing compared to their own. But the Empire had forgotten one fundamental truth: humans, when pushed to the brink, could summon strength and determination beyond the limits of reason. And it wasn't just the humans who had that strength. By the time the Empire finally realized what they were up against, it was too late. Earth's human population, working with their canine partners, had already begun to reclaim their world and fight back with everything they had. No amount of advanced technology or military might could overcome the unyielding will of humanity and their dogs. The Galactic Empire, once a force that crushed civilizations without a second thought, had been defeated, not by advanced weapons or superior tactics, but by the bond between humans and the creatures they loved. From that day forward, the galaxy would know one simple truth: the humans of Earth were not to be underestimated, and neither were their dogs. The Empire had laughed at the human military until they saw the dogs.